Hey guys, it's Lochlan Grahame from Cobden Hasten, and I'm catching up with Theo and Nathan from Shore Financial here. We're going to jump into some questions for our investment series. Appreciate you jumping on board, and I wanted to run through some questions about the market, what you're experiencing at the moment for our investors and potential investors for future as well. Give them an understanding and a bit of insight from your perspective. Theo, I'll start with you. In terms of what you're hearing from the banks, Macquarie at the moment is throwing out some better deals to woo over clients. Is it true? And what are some of the things to look for with that?
Yeah, well, there's definitely been a slowdown in overall new lending volumes for all the banks. So when that happens, the banks get a bit desperate for business, right? And they start making enticing offers like attractive refinance rebates up to $5,000 or even $7,000. We're finding also in a increasing rate environment like we are right now with 10 consecutive increases from the RBA recently, existing customers are on a much higher rate than new customers or new business with that same bank. So it's really good time to shop around and see how your rate may have moved unfairly in times like now. Sentiment is definitely down compared to 12 months ago. Confidence is down. There's lower stock levels, which is keeping some prices in some markets buoyant, but mainly because borrowing capacities are crippled. You can only borrow probably about 30% less now than what you could have borrowed 12 months ago. But I think that's actually an opportunity. I think that we're probably going to see that in 12 months' time, this time next year, maybe sooner, rates will start coming back down. So I think that this year could be opportunistic because whilst sentiment's low, whilst confidence is down, and whilst people have limited borrowing abilities, if you can make a purchase work, if you can make it affordable enough to proceed on, you'll be buying in a market where you have much less competition.
On that, Nathan, would you expect to see consistent growth potentially over the next decade?
I think, as interest rates go down, obviously what happens is that means you can borrow more money, which means that it's a more competitive environment, which will push property prices up. And I think this time, I think Theo nailed it. Over the next 6, 9, 12 months, maybe even 2 years, because there will be a lagging effect, it'd be a great time to be thinking about maybe upgrading a property or purchasing the investment property. I think this year's the year of opportunity, and I think be ready.
So Nathan, running into self-managed super funds, what would you advise on that, and what would your thoughts be?
Yeah, so one of the great things about buying a property in a self-managed super fund is that historically properties have gone up, or if you wanted to take the rental yield, it would be a pretty solid annuity or income that you got for the rest of time, where it was all tax-free.
And it's also tax-free at the end of that as well, right? If they were to retain it in the super fund, earn the income, retire, they're still earning that income.
Exactly.
And
once you're in a retirement age, no income tax and no capital gains tax on those assets.
Yeah. Big question on everyone's lips right now, fixed or variable?
Definitely variable in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so.
Just because rates are, like I said, they're forecasted to go up, and then that's followed, like we said, closely by a series of cuts. So why fix at a rate which it's going to be only there for a period of time? Because fixed rates are right now, what are you saying, Nath, about 0.5% higher than variable?
And so they've been tracking up really under the cover of darkness for 10 months before we started seeing the RBA rate go up. I think you just want to keep an eye on it. But I'm in total agreement. I think variable rate's the way to go at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for your time today, gentlemen. Obviously, do you have any questions for me that you can think of?
Yeah, what's your go-to restaurant in the Inner West?
Good one. I've got a few. I really like Justin Hem's Totties in Rozelle.
Oh, 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. The old 3 weeks. Yeah, definitely. It's a great part of town, and it's only been there for I think a few months now.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's always busy. Can't get a table most of the time, but
good spot too.
Great spot to be. Yeah, they've done a really, really good renovation there. So that's my number one for the minute. How about you?
Oh, I love the Inner West. I mean, I've lived there for a long time, and I think the thing I love about it most is how friendly the people are. They'll say hi in the street, which is great. It's a really good, safe area. Great for young families. There's parks, and then there's the tram sheds, and all the great cafes.
Well, thank you for your time today. I appreciate it. If you have any questions in relation to the market and you're looking at potentially looking into your loan or maybe a refinance or purchasing another investment property, please reach out to the team at Shore, and we'll be happy to pass on those details. Thanks so much.
Amazing. Thanks a lot.